Hey, welcome to the video. I'm going to be talking through Thoughts So Loud You Can't See. The video posted kind of before this one. This passage is from The Untethered Soul by Michael A. Singer. And I'm going to walk you guys through my thoughts and how I interpret this passage, why it was so important for me, and how I apply it to my life to make me the man that I'm actually really proud of to this day. So here we go. Let's jump in. Where is the mouse? One thing to note, whatever that first quote is likely the heavy hitter from the passage you're about to read. And it's my way of saying thank you for watching. It's within the first 5 seconds of the video. You are not the voice of the mind, you are the one who hears it. If you can walk away from this explanation today, understanding that you are not the voices in your head, you're the one who hears those voices and believes what they say or rejects what they say. That's the meat and potatoes. Let's keep going. In case you haven't noticed, you have a mental dialogue going on inside your head that never stops. It just keeps going and going. Have you ever wondered why it talks in there? How does it decide what to say and when to say it? How much of what it says turns out to be true? How much of what it says is even important? And if right now you're hearing, I don't know what you're talking about, I don't have any voice inside my head, that's the voice we're talking about. For me, when I read through this, those questions, I stopped and paused on them and really tried to sort it out. And I was like, when I saw the question was like, is it even important? I just smiled to myself because I thought, I know, if I'm honest with myself, if I'm not diligently focusing on a work task or on reading a book or whatever it be, if I'm just kind of driving, cruising along, hanging out with friends, 95% of what's going on inside of here is absolutely pointless and has very little value. It's just chaos and noise that keeps me from being present in the moment that I'm trying to participate in, right? So pause on those, give it some reflection. If you're smart, you'll take the time to step back, examine this voice, and get to know it better. The only problem is, you're too close to be objective. You have to step way back and watch it converse. Okay. You have to step way back and watch it converse. Sometimes it's let me put it this way. If I hadn't had some sort of practice or experience with meditation, I think I would have struggled to understand what this means. You have to step way back and watch your thoughts. Oftentimes we're so forward. We're right up front. We're in it. We're tasting the food. We're in our phone. We're responding to emails and messages, and we're just in the world. And everything is just right up front. Traffic and noises and billboards and advertisements and everything is going all the time, and we're in it. Heart rates increase. We're consuming caffeine, food, and you're just in the flesh. You're right up front to the human experience. Meditation taught me to step back 4 degrees. And I'm making this up as I go. I don't know about these 3 and 4 degrees. It's working for my current metaphor. Stick with me. Here we go. We're on a trip. Usually when my eyes are closed and I'm focusing on nothing but my breathing, it simplifies my experience. It's not about turning your thoughts off. I haven't had an experience with turning mine off ever in my meditation practice. But it's more about stepping back one more step behind those thoughts, as if sitting on the bank of a river and looking at all the fish swim in the clear water of this river in your mind. And every fish is an idea or a thought or a calendar date or needing questions answered about time and these things and to-dos and life. thoughts. And meditation really isn't about pulling all the fish out of the river. No, meditation is meant to allow you to sit back to where you see that all those thoughts are ordered in a river, in a stream. And I don't have to fish any of them out. I can just let them swim by. Every single thought, I can greet it. There's a thought, let it go. Oh, and that jumped it, we can let it go. And there's one, let it go. And the more I got into a practice of that, the more I was able to pull back and really just see all these ideas just swimming across my closed eyelids, right? As I'm imagining this river and these fish in it. So maybe that'll help. I don't know if you all have a meditation practice, but if you can get to that space where you can observe your own thoughts, you can observe the voices that speak. That's what we mean when we say step way back. Notice that the voice takes both sides of the conversation. It doesn't care which side it takes, just as long as it gets to keep on talking. Truth. No matter what the voice is saying, it's all the same. It doesn't matter if it's saying nice things or mean things, worldly things or spiritual things. It doesn't matter because it's still just a voice talking inside your head. I don't have to be identified by the good thoughts of me or the bad thoughts of me. I don't have to be identified to any of those. In fact, I can sit back here and see that those are just thoughts taking place in the playground of my mind, right? And I can let them go as easily as I let them stay. And I can just choose to indulge in experiences here and indulge in experiences there without needing to label them as this good or bad or some form of identity that belongs to me. It's like, no, you're free of the identity that those voices try to create. That's the beauty of stepping back into this fourth spot where I go, holy smokes, you mean I'm not these voices? I'm the thing that's witnessing them. I'm the thing that hears them speak. That's what you are. You are hearing the thoughts. You're the only one listening. You're the only one choosing to listen. But you're also the only one who has any power in the entire interaction. And as easily as you choose to listen, you can choose not to. Let's keep going. If you're hearing it talk, it's obviously not you. You're the one who hears the voice. You're the one who notices that it's talking. You do hear it when it talks, don't you? Make it say hello right now. Say it over and over a few times. Can you hear yourself saying hello inside? Si, senor. There is a voice talking, and there is you who notices the voice talking. The problem is that it's easy to notice the voice saying hello, but it's difficult to see that no matter what the voice says, it is still just a voice talking and you listening. As long as you think that one thing it's saying is you, but the other thing it's saying is not you, you've lost your objectivity. You may want to think of yourself. Let's pause there. Hold on. You've lost your objectivity. What does that mean? All of this is really straightforward. It's kind of why I'm letting it play. It's what I love about this book is it explains very plainly how to conceptualize this idea of mentally stepping back when at the end of the day, it's all brain tissue, right? But that there is something else. There's something else that exists in there that we are witnessing everything from. And it's hard to, what I was saying at the beginning, it's hard to really conceptualize this when you're too far forward and you're identifying. When I'm identifying with a painful story that I'm telling, a painful childhood trauma, like holding on to whatever it be, the faith I was raised in, and maybe the parents I had and how they raised me, and some of the traumas and experiences of high school and relationships and all this. And I can hold on to all of that and identify myself with it because some voice in my mind tells me to. And if I am there, it's really difficult to be objective and to step back and actually see reality for what it is. You can be too close. So instead of thinking of yourself as either voice, again, stepping back and going, my history were experiences that I had, but they aren't who I am. Because take away my memories and I am still me. Fundamentally, take away any of my limbs, and as long as I'm still breathing, I'm still me. There's something inside that isn't connected to the flesh. There's something inside that lives and burns. Maybe it's electricity. Maybe it's fill in your favorite belief here, And I don't care what that is. Fill it in and live into it and believe it. Make it your reality. But recognizing that that's the power that we have is to choose the reality we wish to partake in. It's very cool. Sorry, and I can get too long-winded, so let's keep going. As the part that says the nice things, but that's still the voice talking. You may like what it says, but it's not you. There's nothing more important to true growth than realizing you are not the voice of the mind. You are the one who hears it. I gotta share something cheesy with you guys. I really like this scene and how it's set up. The fact that the footage slows down as she hits this yogic pose, just flying like a bird out on this rock with the waves. And it's a beautiful scene, and how it goes and just like slow-mo, and the text is right in front of her. You are the one who hears it. You are the one who hears the chaos of the voices in your mind, who hears the stories of fear and abuse and betrayal and pain and anguish. All of those voices and those memories are collecting, and they're fighting for attention in the front of your mind. They're fighting for you to invest in them and identify with them. But you don't have to. You don't have to. You don't have to. In fact, you can sit back and smile at all of it and recognize that all of it is experience you have had. And it doesn't have to be experience you continue to have. You can seek something new and release it by sitting back and saying, hey, let those voices chatter like fish passing in the river of your mind. Just observe them. And you get to choose where you wish to walk. You get to choose which one you wish to hold on to and investigate and explore. And then you can release that, and you can become something completely new in the very next moment. Children have this level of imagination. Moment to moment, they can be anything. They can go from astronaut to snake charmer. They can go from rock star to home builder. Like, kids can do anything because they allow themselves to believe it. And their reality, when we played it and it was real to us. We didn't need eyes to see. We needed our minds to see. That was all. I'm getting a little corny, but I mean it. I love this stuff. If you don't understand this, you will try to figure out which of the many things the voice says is really you. People go through so many changes in the name of trying to find myself. They want to discover which of these voices, which of these aspects of their personality is who they really are. The answer is simple. None of them. Yeah, that's what we just talked about. You don't have to be anything that you've been in the past. You don't have to continue living any of those stories. You don't have to live according to any of those voices, those ideas, those thoughts, those beliefs. They're just beliefs and stories. Eventually, you will see that the real cause of problems is not life itself. It's the commotion the mind makes about life that really causes problems. That's it. That's it. And I'm so glad this thing spins out on that quote. This really is one of the most uplifting messages that I've heard since really starting to ask questions, right? Since I started really trying to figure out life and figure out how I wanted to live, and that I wanted to live on my terms. I'm not willing to take anything at face value. I like to learn from the experiences of others, but I needed to chase answers to actually being happy. And the mind makes so much commotion and so much drama and gets us to pull so far forward that we're just smushed up against the glass of life, feeling like we're just getting battered by it. And it's because we believe we are the thoughts and we identify with those thoughts. And those thoughts make a hell of a lot of commotion about what life is. Those thoughts are compelled by every piece of media or belief or any experience, the words you've heard in a song, the conversations you've listened to passively or actively, whatever it be, story and belief has been built into your body, everything you consume. And so many people are so convinced that that is who they are and can't identify the reality, which is they can stop being that person at any time. And you can try experiencing something completely new. And you could be done with that 6 minutes later and try something new. Thank you all so much for watching. It's been so fun for me. I'm really enjoying it. Like, I'm really enjoying this and having a really good time making these. So I'm going to keep it up. It's a passion project for me. And because it's for me, it's meaningful that way. And when you put meaning on things, well, when I put meaning on things, I've noticed that I tend to commit to them. So we'll see y'all around.